All right. Hey, family. All right. To everybody in my downline, to every one of my associates, to all of my teammates, to all of you people that mean the world. Today we're going to go over, and I've done a couple of these, but I'm trying to get it done to where everybody understands. We are going to go over prospecting by LegalShield and what it means to you. Now, in your app store, you're going to find prospecting. Prospecting by BY Legal Shield. All right. I am doing an audio and a video on this, so I'm hoping that you can see it. So it's prospecting, Prospecting by BY LegalShield, LegalShield. Everybody that's an associate needs to download this to their phone, their tablet, their iPad, their laptop, and their computer. The reason why is this will be the most important tool that you can have, okay? Outside of like our newsletters and our weekly calls, prospecting by LegalShield is what is going to sell, and it's going to teach and train you. Prospecting by LegalShield is a training tool that is on your phone for new members, for the cold market, the warm market. It also is part of your training. So, here's how this works. Number one, whenever you're doing prospecting by LegalShield, I want to make this very clear. We do not, and please do not, send out mass amounts of media to random people that either you do not know or you just plug them in and you're hoping to get somewhere. Do not do that, okay? What you want to do is basically when you plug people in, you want to make sure your members are plugged in as members so that they know the benefits they have. But you also, whenever you're walking up to a new person, let's say you want to get some information to a person that you meet at a gas station, and as you're pumping gas, they see that you're a LegalShield associate or they have a legal situation, and you're like, hey, my name's such and such. I'm part of this such and such company, and I would like to give you a little bit of information that might be able to save your life. You may or may not be interested. It takes about 15 minutes. What you're doing is you're setting them up in a positive manner to get them in LegalShield, okay? Now, here's what we do. And you click on Prospecting by LegalShield that I just had on the board. Once you get Prospecting by LegalShield, you're like, do you mind if I send you something in the email? And they're going to like, yeah, sure. So what you're going to do is you pull up Prospecting by LegalShield. Now comes the info where they need to put their name, their last name, phone number, and email address. All right, what you're going to do is you got your phone right here just like this. You click on your phone, Prospecting by LegalShield. Now it's going to say add a new person. So you're going to click on add a new person. Add new person. Now, why does this mean anything at all to you? Because now what you're going to do is say, could you please put in your information for me so that I can do it correctly? Have them put the information in for you, okay? And the reason why is because now they're taking a proactive approach. They're physically touching your phone. They're in their mind. They know that they're going to get some information. Once they're done, they're going to hand you the phone back. Now, what you're going to say is, you're going to find out if they're interested in the membership, interested in maybe you might be somebody you want to recruit. They might be part of the cold market. You might just want to send them some information. But you're going to find out and say they just want the membership information. Say, okay, I'm going to send you, I'm pushing a button right now. I'm sending you an email. If you have a smartphone on you, can you go ahead and verify that for me that you got that? I just want to make sure that it went directly to you. On that email, it is saying exactly who you are. And now once they click that, they're accepting whatever you send them. The reason why you want to do this is you want to have a person-to-person approach. Now, what's going to happen is LegalShield now accepts them as, okay, they accepted your information. They have now subscribed to you. So now what they're going to do is they're going to send them some information over the membership. Now, once that person clicks on the membership, they are going to get an email. Once they get that email, now they're going to get information over the membership. Okay? And how that works is now you'll see when they look at a video, you'll be able to see the video and how much of the video they looked at. You'll see the information they sent, and then you're going to get an email. You, the associate, will get an email stating that this person has now come to your page and they're looking. Well, when it comes on there, the email will have their phone number. It's very important that you do the follow-up after they look at the campaign. If you do not do the follow-up, the longer you take to get back to a person, the less likely they are to actually get a membership. Okay? So, that was the first thing we do. Alright? So, since that's the first thing we do, let me erase this. Give me just a second, team. Okay. Yes, I'm great at erasing this. Now, the next part of prospecting by LegalShield. Take, for instance, you've got a friend that they want some information, and you have to get them that information. Now, what's nice about prospecting by LegalShield is you can also send them a text message. In that text message, you can say, hey, do you mind if I send you some quick information? Okay? Sorry, I dropped my phone. So now you're going to say, do you mind if I send you some quick information? You're going to text it over to them. And the person's like, yeah, sure, go ahead. You'll go on the phone, put in their phone number, and you can text message them any kind of information. Now, if they're already in your prospecting by LegalShield, all you do is you push text message, and you send them one of our choices of whether it's recruiting, whether it's membership, whether it's a training video. You can do this for your associates also and send them training videos, which is all back in prospecting by LegalShield. The whole point of prospecting by LegalShield is getting them plugged in, and now you will see that you can send them a text message. The board's not dry enough yet. You can send them a text message or an email, and on everything, their phone number's there, which means you can also call them. Do not count on technology to do the follow-ups for you. If you count on technology to do the follow-ups for you, that person will never call you back. That person will never send you anything. You have to take a proactive approach to call the person back. So, take for instance, Joe. Joe's been a friend of yours in the military for years. Joe said, hey, Jeff, I noticed that you're part of that LegalShield business and everything else. I'd be interested in making a few extra dollars. Can you send me a text message or something on somewhere I could go? So you can send Joe a text message with info. Okay? Now, take for instance, you talk to somebody else, said, hey, I'd like your membership. Can you send me an email? So we'll say Jane. She's in your prospecting by LegalShield, but now you can send her a direct email with info. Okay? So now they have information and they're in your prospecting by LegalShield. So all you got to do is push on their number and it'll automatically call them after they watch it. You say, hey, what did you think about that? Okay? Hey, how did you feel about that? Now, as far as your team goes, all right, as far as your team goes, take, for instance, you want to send over a Dave Savola training call. And I do this one a lot with my prospecting by LegalShield because I think Dave Savola is a great guy. And he's an outstanding teacher. Brian Carruthers is another one. Darnell Self is another one. Chris Hughes. You're going to find out who these are. But you have all these training videos in your prospecting by LegalShield. So now we're going to say Beatrice, or we'll just say Debbie, is on my team. And she's like, I would like to get some training videos. Can you send me over a training video? So you can text her a training video that she can listen to right on her phone, video or audio. They are all in there. Now, Debbie tells you, hey, Jeff, do we have this information in Spanish? Yes, we do. So you can send it in Spanish over to her also. Okay? The nice thing about it is, as of September, you can watch and see how much of the video that people watch. Now, not just training, with training in the back, in the Prospecting by LegalShield, we have audios, we have videos. How about this one? Hey, Jeff, I'm over at the business center, I'm over at Staples, or I'm over at the office center, and I would like to print off some more universal applications or some business applications because I have to go in there and I don't have any on me. What you can do is you can tell them if they got Prospecting by LegalShield, they go back into Prospecting by LegalShield, click on Universal Apps, it'll send to their phone, and they can send that over to Staples and have copies made up, or they can print it from the computer, they can put it on their line, or they can send over an application to somebody. Remember, we have JPEGs, we have MPEGs, we have audios and videos, we have training, we have memberships. You can even, if you want to tell somebody about our membership perks, you can tell us about and send them information about our membership perks. The whole point is, Prospecting by LegalShield is already back there. All you have to do is plug a person in by putting their first, last name, email in there, okay? This is the free app, but Prospecting by LegalShield is part of your LegalShield Advantage, which you get every month, okay? So, if somebody goes cold on you, you can actually see where they're cold. You have their information. You can call them up. Whatever it takes for you to do the follow-up. Our company wants you to be physically talking with these people, okay? Do not send out mass media to them. Otherwise, they're just going to unsubscribe to you, and you're going to insult or put a bad name and a bad image and tarnish the company's name by sending out a bunch of spam mail. You must call these people. You must do the follow-up. Remember, the key is the follow-up. If you do not follow up, and that person's ready to go, you may never know it because you didn't call them and ask them, okay? Now, all the time I get people tell me, well, I don't want to bother my friends or family, okay? But then that same person will say, well, I don't want to talk to somebody I don't know, okay? Well, can't I just call your people? Look, these are people that need training in the back office. So, basically, send them over some training videos from Prospecting by LegalShield. Tell them you don't have to send out, but you might have 1 or 2 family members that had a legal situation. Maybe you text them on the phone. I have all this texting information on what to text them, or what to email them, or what you can say to them when they're on the phone. Hey, Barb, this is Jeff. You may or may not be interested. I have something important I'd like to tell you. It'll take about 15 minutes. Hey, Steve. My name is Jeff. I notice you have a legal situation. I have something important I'd like to tell you. It'll take about 15 minutes. You may or may not be interested. Always give people a way out, okay? And if they're not interested, they're not interested. Move on to the next person. There's 355 million people in the United States. One person is not going to make or break you. 100, 1,000 people are not going to make or break you, okay? If you go out and suggest a movie to somebody, you're not getting paid for that. Here, if somebody says, yes, I am interested, you're going to get paid for it. All right? Prospecting by LegalShield's a tool. Use that tool, but use it correctly. If it's used the wrong way, it can create damage. That's why I'm teaching you how to use Prospecting by LegalShield. Make sure they put their information in. Make sure you know what they're interested in. And then put them in the proper campaign or send them the proper email or the proper text message. If you guys have any questions, give me a call. I'd be love to show you how Prospecting by LegalShield works. I've been using it since it was called the Great Work Plan, okay? And but it was called Rapid Funnel. Now it is Prospecting by LegalShield, and they have done so much that it's an outstanding service and an outstanding tool for you to use, so you don't have to carry around brochures, you don't have to carry around tools with you. You have it right there in your phone. If you have any questions, give me a call. This is Prospecting by LegalShield.